Well, good afternoon all. It is 3 p.m. on the 15th of February 2025. I am enjoying the last 9 hours now. Yeah, I'd say the last 9 hours of me being a 39-year-old. I am 40 tomorrow. Yes, I know, I don't look it, but I am. It's been an interesting 39 years that I've lived. I have served in the armed forces. I have lived in two separate countries, Spain and China. But I think the main three things for me that I can that I'm going to say are the best big three things for me of my life so far are moving into my own place in January 2017, and also then moving to Spain in 2019 and getting married the same year. And then the following year, it would be 2020. Now, I know everyone was locked down and had masks and everything like that. Yes, it was a dark time for us all, but in my life, there was a little small light that has now grown. That was the year I became a dad. So yeah, I would say joining the armed forces, moving into my own place, then moving to Spain, getting married, and becoming a dad. Yeah, they're the things I'm going to remember most of all about my life so far. What sort of things have transpired in my life? Well, when I was 4 years old, back in 1989, in October 1989, if I remember rightly, the Berlin Wall came down. Then there was the 1990s. That for me is a bit of a golden decade. Well, I say a golden decade. I say it's a green decade. For me, it's a green decade. What I mean by that is that I tend to colour code decades, months, days of the year. That sort of thing. You know, the same thing with seasons. I do the same thing with that. I colour code them. So the 1990s was a green decade, and the reason I say it's a green decade, is because back in 1993 there was a film that captured the interests of pretty much every single kid that was an 8-year-old, maybe a little bit older, maybe a little bit younger, but at the time, in 1993, when I was an 8-year-old boy, there was a film came out that I have watched and loved. It was called Jurassic Park. I call it the green year because there was a lot of greenery in that film. There really was. So that's one of the other things that I remember. But I'm going to go back a couple of years to me being a 6-year-old boy back in 1991. That was when the Gulf War kicked off. The first Gulf War. And then in 1993, there was the film Jurassic Park that came out. And I also remember back in October of 1993, I'm at my mum and dad's house so far, and in front of me, to my left, there is a TV screen. The TV has always been in that corner. Always been in that corner. And to my right, there's a handful of couches. There's a couch there, and there's one just at the back of the room. I remember being an 8-year-old boy, round about, I think, 6 o'clock in the evening, maybe 7:30, round there. And I was watching the evening news. I saw the Americans get humiliated in Somalia. Militarily humiliated. I remember seeing that. That was the one thing that I always remember about 1993, that and Jurassic Park. And then there was 1995 that rolled around. 1994 was a bit of a dull year for me. I didn't really like it. 1995 rolled around, I became 10 years old. And that is where I'm up to with this whole thing now. Back when I was a 10-year-old kid, my mum had just turned 40. She was turning 40. She was turning 41 in 1995. But I'd turned 10 that year. And like every other little kid, I did this thing where I joked and said, "Ah ha ha, you're old," to anyone that was over the age of 40 or who was 40 going on. I am now going to be 40 years old as of tomorrow, and I would like to apologise to every single person that was either the age of 40 in 1995 or about to become 40, or even beyond the age of 40. If you were 40 at that point or beyond, I wholeheartedly apologise to you. The 10-year-old in me realises he's done something wrong. I only said it originally as a joke. Now I'm actually there myself. Yes, I do understand how you feel. I really do. So this is the last one I've done before my birthday. I hope you all have a fun time, regardless as to what you do tomorrow. I don't know what your plans are for this evening, but my plans extend to going down the pub, because my beloved St Helens is playing against Salford tonight, and I intend to watch that. I hope we win. That's our opening game of the Rugby Super League, and I genuinely hope we win. Anyway, that is pretty much all I have to say on today. Whatever you're doing, please enjoy yourself. I'll take care.